Have you ever found yourself in the kitchen looking for food, but you're not even hungry? Like, like your mouth is pushing you to go chew on something, but you're not even sure what? Some people call it the munchies, other people call it being snacky, but in fact, it's sugar addiction. Your brain is sending you signals to go eat something so that you can get a sugar hit and have a dopamine release. And the question is, how did that happen? We all know that substances can be addictive, and we're cautioned in school to stay away from hard drugs and to be moderate with alcohol. And we take that advice, right? We take it seriously because we're afraid of becoming addicted to anything. And also, a lot of us have seen the repercussions of addiction in family members, friends of the family, or just people that we've seen on the street stumbling around. We've encountered addiction before. What I don't really remember being advised about in school were actions that could lead to addiction, like gambling, for example. There are actions that, when we do them, light up that pleasure center in our brain and can result in us being addicted just like substances. And now the question is lighting up the pleasure center in my brain the only thing that's necessary to cause me to become addictive? And the answer is yes and no. To understand this better, let's look at the last few years. People have been needing to self-isolate because of getting sick. And that means from 5 days to potentially months, people are on their own, either at home or in the hospital. And all they have to entertain themselves, a lot of the times, are computers, tablets, and phones. Did you know that 83% of Americans feel uncomfortable leaving their house without their phone? 67% of Americans say that they've texted somebody in the same room as them. And unfortunately, 48% of Americans acknowledge they feel addicted to their phone. And guess what? They're right. Addiction is born out of our brain releasing neurotransmitters every time that we engage certain behaviors or take certain substances. And if we look at the way that we use our phone, we watch fun, engaging videos, we play challenging, exciting games, we stalk on our friends through social media, and we keep in touch with our loved ones, all using our phone. What's happening is our use of our phone is feeding the pleasure center of our brain with these very positive, yet mostly artificial signals that says everything's good, everything's all right, things are terrific, and it feels great, and it's very physiologically and psychologically pleasing, but yet causing us to ignore the real world problems that are happening in our life. And that is the problem. Addiction isn't just physiological. There is a psychological component. You and I, we want to feel good. And we've been brainwashed by society to believe that we should feel good all the time. And whenever we feel bored, sad, scared, rejected, or any negative emotion, we look. Not only just look, we search, we scramble to avoid that negative feeling. My boyfriend left me, so I eat some ice cream. This is not entirely fictional. I remember in my history, whenever I would be upset, whether it was at a spouse or a friend or whatever, what would I do? I'd go get pizza. Okay, how does pizza and ice cream compare? 1 cup of ice cream, 30 grams of carbs. 1 slice of pizza, cheese, large, 40 grams of carbs. If we're gonna be realistic about this, would I ever eat 1 cup of ice cream or 1 slice of pizza? So now we're talking 60 grams of sweetness versus 80 grams of savory. At the end of the day, those sugars are still pushing me towards addiction. The issue that we face is that on a daily basis, in our meals, we are eating high carb foods like pasta, rice, potatoes. And those high carb foods are feeding our sugar addiction. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot bread. We have bread at like almost every lunch. On a typical day, I was eating about 350-ish grams of carbs. Have you ever checked to see how many grams of carbs you eat per day? If you have, put it in the comments. I want to know if you were close to my number, because we don't check these things. We don't know these things. And in fact, the only reason that I checked was because I found out that sugar causes inflammation, and I was having an inflammation issue. I'm working on a video about sugar addiction and how we can overcome it. Subscribe and ring the bell so that you don't miss it. In the meantime, this video right here that's talking about sugar cravings will give you some good insight about what you can do right now to get your health under control and start to manage your sugar addiction. Wellness Warriors, I'm always so happy that you come back, and everybody who's new, welcome. Check out the video description for videos that can help you to get on the road to health right now, and also ways that you can help support the channel. Can't wait to talk to you guys again next week.